2 people have said, have I found my AirPod case yet? Have I found my AirPods? Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am drinking Nesquik milkshake. I wasn't gonna, look at my nails. I'm gonna be doing a Q&A. I don't have anyone here to be able to read out the, I hate it when people are outside because then I stop talking to my phone because I feel weird. I don't have anyone here because of coronavirus to read out the questions to me. So I have had a look at some of them, but I haven't planned and thought of answers. I'm just going to answer as I go. This is an attempt at kind of quick fire Q&A about Oxbridge. So yeah. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first question is, what is my hair care routine? Okay, so at the moment it's straightened, but as we've realized in several videos, when I do straighten my hair, by the kind of third, fourth day, I wash my hair once a week. By the third or fourth day, it starts rejecting the straightening. But my hair care routine for my hair, which is naturally curly, it involves a few things. Let me bring the products. Cool. So this is called a microfiber towel. When I wash my hair, which I do every week. Oh shit, I forgot to bring my shampoo. Oh my god. Now I just look really, really high maintenance. Okay, so let's start off with this. This is a hair mask that I use every 2 weeks or every month. It smells really good. This is what it looks like inside. There might be hair in it, lol, ill. It smells so good. It restores the hair and replenishes it with a bunch of proteins ingredients. I can't do anything. So one of the things I've learned from my last 2 years now of going natural, sometimes lol, is that you're not meant to have sulfates, silicons, parabens in any of the hair products you use because they damage your hair. So let me show you.
I don't know how to organize this.
Okay, so every 2 weeks, every month, I use this coconut hair mask, and I also use castor oil. Castor oil makes my hair grow. It makes it strong. This is really expensive. It's about 15 quid, but you only use a little bit because it's really thick and viscous. So you only use it kind of in the roots. So this is what I do once a month / every 2 weeks. And then every week I use this. I don't have the other one on me at the moment. So I use the OGX shampoo and I use the OGX conditioner. I shampoo and condition my hair every week. And then on a daily or every 2 days, I use this, which is a Frida, I was gonna say Frida Kahlo, lol. John Frieda anti-frizz kind of cream. I wet my hair and I put this in alongside any kind of frizz oil. This is really old. It's in Umberto Gianni and it's anti-frizz oil. But I'm not gonna lie, I think using any desi oils like Dabur Amla and all of that stuff, it's a lot better because I think they have a lot more kind of restorative, I don't know if that's a word, properties. Amla, once this finishes, I'm gonna buy quite a desi oil. There might be some hair in this and I'm sorry. Come out of the shower, I wrap my hair in this microfiber towel. It's basically made out of good fabric. If you can't be bothered to buy one, just use a cotton t-shirt. And then once I've taken my hair out of the towel, I use the Denman brush. Rather than down like this, you kind of brush sections of your hair sideways. When I straighten my hair, I do everything, so all the things you've seen except this part, which actually styles the hair in a curly way. I will use the Denman. I'll let my hair dry, and then once it's dry, I'll straighten it. But if I want to keep it curly, I'll use the Denman. Then in my wet hair, I'll put all the styling products so that it stays curly. How do I spend my free time at uni? I think it changes. In first year, I spent a lot of my time by organising and going to desi club nights, hanging out with friends, going all around Oxford, going to various events. Like when lecturers would have events, when external speakers would have events, going to social events, going to movie nights. There was so much that I was doing in first year, being part of a play. Now, what do I do in my spare time? I'm such an old lady. I paint my nails. I literally did this for the first time yesterday. I do face masks because there's nothing to do, and I go on walks and I go for runs now because I'm fun and fresh. So I mainly kind of watch Netflix in my spare time, go outside, go on walks, meet my friends but outdoors, and FaceTime my loved ones. It's all very kind of maintaining relationships, sustaining relationships, not just with others but with yourself. I think that's what I'm doing at the moment, rather than in first year and second year I was just busy, like always having something to do, whereas now I'm a lot more kind of introspective and spend a lot of time with myself as well. So it's a very grandma thing to say, but yeah. So what are things you regret about your experience? Are there things you do differently? Okay, so number one, before you start Oxford, put yourself in an academic headspace. Do as much reading in preparation for the course as you can. That doesn't mean finish the reading list. It doesn't even mean finish half the reading list. Just parts that you enjoy. Pick out a few books here and there, because the English reading lists are obviously huge because it's English. Pick out a few things here and there and prep yourself to get into that mindset before you start, because I didn't do that, so I was extremely overwhelmed. So that's the academic front. And then while you're here, like, make sure you are scheduling work time in every week, because I feel like I wasn't doing that in first year. I was so lost in the source of being at Oxford and achieving new things and speaking at events and attending events where other people were speaking and being head person of things and getting involved in projects and socializing with friends and organizing events and meeting people and kind of making my mark. I was so lost in the source of that I don't feel like I felt like my academics became irrelevant. And it's okay for your academics to not be the most important part of your journey. Not everyone is a proper NEEK, and also being a NEEK isn't a bad thing, by the way, but it's super important to make time for your academics. I love the way this is still up here. Number two would be on a personal front, on a kind of development front, on a social front. Don't let anyone take you for a mug. That means saying no sometimes. That means drawing boundaries with people. Don't become too emotionally invested in anyone. I'm assuming a lot of the people watching this video are from communities, and a lot of people aren't from communities. So don't give. That's number two. And number three is try to be forgiving to yourself. You're going to realize you're going to make a lot of mistakes, which will just be lessons for the future. So don't be angry at yourself for getting things wrong. It's a part of the process. That's the whole point of uni. It's to get things wrong and hopefully come out a better person, a more developed person by the end of it. And if the only thing you've left this place with is a piece of paper, a degree, then you're doing it all wrong. Okay, and my friends are just submitting some inappropriate things, so we'll swipe past that. So, talk to us about coping with third year workload. Why can't I speak? Talk to us about coping with third year workload, organisation tips. Okay. Am I very organised? No. Has my sleep been a shambles? Yes. Have I been quite anxious the last few weeks? Yes. So I don't know if I'm in the position to do that, but I'll obviously try and share what I've been doing. I'm the queen of waking up late. I'm the queen of sleeping at 4 and waking up at 12. And one thing I learned is that saying to yourself, waking up and saying to yourself and angering yourself and upsetting yourself and shouting at yourself as soon as you've woken up, saying, oh my God, I can't believe it's so late. The whole day's gone by. Oh, I took such an L. I was meant to wake up at 9. I can't believe I've done this. How am I going to go to the library now? Like all of that, like get that out of the system by just don't say it. Just don't say it, because you're just taking an L the minute you've woken up. So what I would say is please don't anger yourself, frustrate yourself. Forgive yourself when you're waking up, man. You just slept. Wake up. At least brush your teeth before you shout at yourself. I just feel like in the productivity world and the study world, there is this ideal student. The ideal student wakes up at 6, 7, 8, 9, not even 9, 6, 7, 8 a.m. and sleeps by 10 p.m. And like, we are only 21 years old or 20 years old or 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. Like, we are not that old. And, you know, we can't get everything perfect, okay? So one thing I realized is it's okay if I wake up late. I try to slot in at least 5 hours a day to study. That means that I do work on the weekends as well, because I can't not work on the weekends. There's just way too much work at the moment. That's kind of my minimum. Do I get that minimum done? On some days I don't, and I'm going to be honest with you. In terms of organisation tips, I think I would say, number one, make sure you have a planner. Number two, make sure you have a daily checklist. And number three, just make sure you're forgiving. Like, if you don't get 8 hours done every day, it's okay. It is so okay. I don't even know what to say about this one. Am I coping? I don't even know if I am. I think one thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make a timetable of my whole life, basically, and look at each paper, so like the dissertation, which is huge, my coursework, and try and see how I can balance that while including some revision in for finals. So what I would say is do that. There's also an app, I'll put it here somewhere, I don't remember what it's called, and it's really, really useful. It kind of just is a countdown to your exams. For some people it causes anxiety. For me, I think it helps like closer to the days, not now, I don't need to put it now, closer to the spring, summer when your exams are. I think having that app could be useful. I think in terms of organization tips, I think having one win every day is great. So whether that be the fact that you've had 3 like cooked meals, or number 2 that you've gone for a run or done some sort of physical activity. So this is my 3rd day of running now. Yeah, 3rd day of running. It's only been 3 days, but I feel good. I feel like I'm achieving something, even if I am waking up at crackhead times and sleeping at crackhead times. Work by task, not by hour. If I have to read this paper, write these notes, plan this paragraph, like knowing that I have to do 1, 2, 3 in the day, even if that takes me like however long that takes me, while being reasonable. So while kind of keeping a timer on your laptop so that you know what pace you're working at. That is really, really important. I think saying I'm going to do 8 hours in the library today is just ridiculous. So yeah, breaking your day in chunks, breaking your day in tasks, having checklists, being forgiving to yourself, and celebrating small wins. I think that will kind of keep that momentum going as a 3rd year, especially now where like everything's up in the air. How do you cope with feeling judged? I think in 1st year, I tried to be the person I was in 6th form. And the person I was in 6th form, does that make sense? That, oh, I'm losing my mind today. But yeah, in 1st year, I tried to be the person that I was during sixth form, which was quite neutral and just quite positive with everyone. And I think now I'm realizing that it's not enough. Being neutral, not having an opinion about certain people. And I'm not saying judging people, I'm definitely not saying that. I'm just saying being aware of people, being aware of their intentions, being aware of the kind of energy they bring into a room, being aware of yourself, like being really self-aware. That is really important as well, because I wasn't self-aware. I think in terms of judgment, I don't care. And I think it's not easy to be able to say that. And there are some days where I do care, but why are they judging you? When you're able to see through the judgment and source where is this judgment coming from, then you're like, oh, they're not actually judging me. They're judging themselves. I hope that makes sense. I sound like Jay Shetty. Okay, someone asked, what is my favourite book? Do I have it here? I should do. It's my favourite book. Yeah. This is my favourite book. It's called The God of Small Things by a woman called Arundhati Roy. My English teacher, Mr. Vijayan, gave it to me. He gave it to borrow it. I thought he gave it for me to keep it. So he never got it back. I think his coffee stains are still in it, lol. I read this book for the first time in, I think, year 10 or year 11 when Mr. Vijayan gave it to me. And yeah, man, it's just a sick book. It's just beautifully written. It's moving. It made me cry so much. There's lines from it that I remember. I've read it, I think, 4 times now. I need to read it more. I'll read it like loads more after I graduate. Lol, that's such an English student thing to do. So yeah, I just love it. It's beautifully written. It's moving. It's about caste inequality. It's about love. It's about motherhood. It's about family. It's about all the emotional things I love. And it's set in India. It's set in South India in Kerala. There's, I think, I don't want to be dumb. I think it's Tamil. I think it's Malayalam. It's Malayalam. Yes, it's Malayalam that they're speaking in the book in various places. So I don't understand some of the words, which I like because it makes me realize that, I don't know, it just makes me realize that some things are not translatable and like they don't have to be. Like, why are we always trying to translate things all the time, especially in English, man? Like, one thing I would say is it's really dense, it's really hard. But it's really beautiful when you give it a chance. I just think it's a great book. Just read it. So you might not like it. I don't know. Just read it. Don't know about that one. I'm worried I've applied to an oversubscribed Oxford college. Will this impact my chances? Okay. So short answer, no. Long answer, it does, but then that cancels out because something else affects it. Pembroke is known for its joint courses, so it's quite competitive. I don't actually think it is, but some might say it's competitive for its joint. Some might say it's competitive for its joint courses, but it doesn't matter in the end because they're gonna pick who they're gonna pick, and if they don't want you and they think they're good, they will pull you, like they will. So the short answer is no. it won't affect your chances. The only thing that will affect your chances is you, like, giving a competitive application, working hard, etc., etc. What's your top interview tip for applying for English at Oxford? I've applied this year. Okay. My top tip is, I talked about this on Francesca's channel actually, in her interview tips video. My top tip is to, number one, when you get given your unseen text, summarize it really logically and really simply. So on a literal level, what's happening in the poem or whatever they give you, and then think about the symbolic layers. So I would say summarize it literally, know what's happening in the poem on a very literal, simple level, because then from that you'll be able to do the more complex analysis. I feel like with Oxford interviews, you think there's this pressure to sound really smart, but it's not about that. It's about being really, really clear. How are you? I'm okay. A few people have asked. I'm okay. I'm good. It's been boring. It's been a bit weird to be back as a third year. I feel like I literally have nothing to do other than work. I do feel a little bit anxious at the moment in terms of being a finalist, and oh my god, this is like the end of my Oxford journey, and like we would have done like 4 COVID terms, and you know, yeah, we've got to do exams and coursework. The last coursework I did, was it good? I don't think it was. The one we have to do due in a few weeks, it's a Shakespeare coursework that I'm feeling quite stressed about. So I don't know, I would say I'm feeling like underlying stress. How did you decide you wanted to do English? Well, I was really indecisive at A-levels because I loved all my subjects. I was proper Nikki, and just loved it and was very excited about everything. The reason why I decided English, because I just realised in my spare time, it's the thing that I like talking about the most. It's the thing that I'm most engaged with, and that genuine passion. Like, I loved the other subjects, but I realised that like the philosophy I loved, and that can come into English, and like history comes into English. English is quite a interdisciplinary subject in many ways, so all of the stuff that I loved kind of come through it. How do you psych yourself up to keep working when you're tired? Lol, I don't. I just give up. What do? I take a break, whether that's for half an hour, not half an hour, that's a lie, whether that's for an hour and a half. I take a break, and if I'm not taking a break, like if I'm not in the position where I can take a break, I'll get some support from friends. So I will like virtually study with them, or in the library study with them. That's kind of how I do it. So it's less to do with psyching myself up and more to do with just getting support, really, like whether that be resting, like having a nap, or just pausing for an hour, or like getting support from friends. Which is better? Lol, Cambridge or Oxford, and why is it Cambridge? I don't know, I feel like the access at Cambridge is so much better than the access at Oxford. This might be a controversial opinion, but I feel like they're much better with access. I feel like the colleges do more. I don't know, I could be absolutely wrong. I could also be like really skewed by what I've seen in terms of Ibsmo's work, in terms of the Stormzy scholarship and all of that. Like, I don't know. I just feel like Cambridge is more access friendly. But I know that's probably not true, lol. My friends are just sending me the randomest shit, oh my god. How did you decide between Oxford and Cambridge? I thought Cambridge was boring as a city. It's not even a city, lol. I'm not even trying to at it. I just thought Cambridge was boring. I also felt like the Oxford course was broader. So on an academic level, I preferred Oxford. And then also as a city, as a place, it felt like it was more lively, and I felt like there was more to do. I just think Cambridge is a bit dry. It's too quiet. Like, I don't think I would have been able to cope. Everyone's asking some silly questions. Okay, can I make a guest appearance on your YouTube channel? Yes, you can, Jeej. How tall are you? I'm 5'2". Leave me alone. You're so rude. If I do 2 A-levels and 1 BTEC level 3, could I still get into law? I'm doing 2 AS with it, by the way. No, so Oxford doesn't accept. It doesn't accept BTEC courses. I don't know if that's fair or unfair. I think their thinking is that the first year is so hard, and A-levels is a good it's good to prepare you for how hard it is. So you would have to only do A-levels. The second thing I would say is, if you haven't and you still want to apply, there is a foundation year, which is a lot more flexible and caters to people who have had kind of untraditional Oxbridge pathways, and have had various kind of life circumstances that have meant that they did BTEC over A-level. Lol, my best friend never was so rude. She said, what's 71 times 68? I don't know. Should I try and do it, actually? 7 times 6, 6, 12, 18, 360 plus 71. I can't do it. Okay, I need a piece of paper. Okay, my answer is 1048. Comment section, did I get it right? I don't know. 3a plus 5a is 8a. I know that. What's the square root of 81? 9. What's the meaning of life? Why are you such a legend? Yeah, not true. Okay, that is the end of the Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I put the questions out a very long time ago, so I'm sorry it took me ages to film this. But sending loads of love. I hope you're all well. And I think we're at like 2,000 subscribers or nearly 2,000 subscribers, which is like mad. I think I'm going to do a giveaway. So let me know if you'd be interested in that in the comments below. Yeah, okay, bye. For the maths question, 71 times 68, I put 420 instead of 4,200. I'm so dumb.